this. Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AYCG Moviecast, episode 347. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy.
What's up?
Corey Feinsod.
Hey, guys.
And Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
What's up, guys? Welcome, listeners, viewers, whoever's tuning in to episode 347 of the Moviecast. We'll call this one Post a World of Hope. Mike and I got to check out Wonder Woman. Corey, did you get to see it at all yet, or no? No?
No,
right,
my buddies were going tonight because it's half priced.
Oh, yeah. You could have just canceled on us and gone.
No. It's all right. I'm here for you guys.
All right. Well, hey.
The Wonder Woman can wait for later.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in there's hope. I mean, that's what I can say about Wonder Woman. I very much enjoyed the movie. Well, the news that corresponds to this later is pretty interesting that came out today with Warner Brothers. But Wonder Woman opened at $103.3 million, which is the biggest opening by a female director of all time. Fantastic opening for it.
Which is especially good because it got rid of a 50 Shades movie from that title.
Yeah. Knocks 50 Shades of Grey.
Wait, 50 Shades didn't break 100?
85.
No, it had legs, remember?
Yeah, it's had legs, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, the whole talk now is how good are Wonder Woman's legs. But I'm gonna say they're pretty good, and that's not being sexist or anything like that. I'm just being legitimately telling you that Wonder Woman's legs are pretty good.
Yeah. As in the movie.
The movie. Come on, people. I'm not. We're not talking about her legs.
I don't know how the legs are. It was an opening weekend.
I think it's gonna be very good. That's my prediction.
I think it'll be good as well.
But we don't know.
It's a strong movie. That's the thing.
The buzz coming out of it, like everything I'm hearing, is like people should watch this movie or check it out, and people are talking about it that don't really care about superhero movies.
Here's the thing,
because it's female superhero.
The only danger I see of happening for this is it being overhyped for people, which is why I think I did a good job, Tony, talking to you about it over the weekend, where I'm like, yeah, you want to see it, but I don't think for you, this is not a movie you go to the theaters and see.
There is no way anyone could have overhyped me for this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't see Logan in theaters, there's no way you've seen Wonder Woman in theaters.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it did very well. Over $200 million worldwide, which is fantastic for this movie. It beat its expectations. It smashed them by a lot because $65 million was the low on this movie domestic.
I do think they were lowballing intentionally a bit with their expectations.
Maybe, but that means they also don't need to make a lot to make their money back on this film.
Is that even true, though? What about the marketing that we heard about?
Same thing, man. Same thing. If you come in with low expectations as a studio, they're basically telling you they didn't spend that much money on this.
Not if they announce expectations to the public to spin something, it might not be the same as what they actually expect.
They spent more money on this than Suicide Squad, Corey?
Wonder Woman, right? Didn't you say that? Marketing?
I haven't seen that. I would be very...
Well, no, I mean, it's a fact that they spent more money on marketing for this movie than Suicide Squad. That's a fact.
Is that?
Mean, like,
Wait,
overall,
I thought you meant overall. No. There's no chance they spent more overall on this movie than Suicide Squad. There's just no chance.
Will Smith?
Yeah, there's no chance. I mean, there's just no shot.
I don't know. That's what I was asking. But I know for a fact they spent more marketing money.
Okay.
That's what I mean. I'm
not saying that's not a possibility, but
their expectations that they put out may not have been their actual expectations.
Well, 103 is fantastic for it. I really enjoyed the movie. Giving you guys a quick rundown of it, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Probably, yes, the best DC movie I've seen since The Dark Knight. I can make that statement.
Even more than Man of Steel, because you like that one.
I like the Man of Steel, but I do like this. She is the hero that you want to see. Like, she is an actual superhero in this movie. It's got everything you want in this movie. It's like, if this was the kickoff of this universe, the hype would be insane right now for this universe. The fact
no villain problem, Jim.
It still had a villain problem. They all do, but it wasn't like over glaring. You know what I mean? Like, it was fine. It just had, I mean, everybody's weak. There's a weak villain. But, you know, other than that, it's the superhero problem, I think. I think it's hard to write a good villain on screen. So far, I haven't seen anybody really do it. So,
Joker was pretty good in Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why we talk about that movie so much. I mean, that's why. I just feel like even like the strong movies, like the Marvel movies, are great. Don't get me wrong; they're awesome. I love them, but they still
Loki was the best one.
They have a weak villain. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. If you're on the fence about seeing it, go see it. If you're not thinking about seeing it, like Tony here, it's not gonna like.
Was Zack Snyder's name all over the credits?
I don't remember seeing his name on the credits.
It was somewhere, I suppose. I think he did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a producer on this.
He actually be. He is in this movie though. He does have a cameo in this movie apparently. So he has a cameo, which I missed, but he's in the movie. So he's in the credits someplace.
Yeah, he was a little bit involved in this.
I don't know, Mike. What'd you think of it?
About the same, about an 8. Definitely the most coherent DC movie, I would say. Entertainment. I don't know. I'd have to watch the other ones, but I think it's probably the best overall.
You think?
As entertainment wise, because for me, like, you know, it's still kind of a by the numbers type of story, so it wasn't like surprising, but it made the most sense. It was a likable lead. Like, Wonder Woman is really likable in this movie. Like, the whole thing would have fallen apart if she wasn't. And if she was, like, you know, either too timid or too, like, aggressive, like, it could turn people off. But she played it perfectly, I thought.
Yeah. I felt that it was a good mix of Thor and Captain America.
Yeah. She does get bogged down a little bit by her stupid, like, Greek background, like, backstory.
It felt like Thor. I mean, she had the same...
I don't like that. They had to sort of gloss over that as they kept going, because it didn't make much sense once they got to, you know, more of the real world.
I don't think they glossed over a lot of it. She was just like Chris Hemsworth acted as Thor in the real world. Like, it was... She had the same reactions to things. She was in, you know, I mean, it's like the same idea. It's the same idea.
Fish out of water.
Fish out of water is the best way to say it. I mean, she did a great job with that. So, I thought she did a fantastic job. Chris Pine, he did a good job. I'm not a huge fan of him.
Some people were really loving his performance. He was okay.
He's a good job. Good job.
He was all right.
So, but yeah. So,
I mean, he also had to be likable too, as basically a sidekick character here.
For the record,
he was all right.
For the record,
he's the Natalie Portman of this movie.
Oh, he is a bit more than that.
But same kind of role. But for the record, there are 13 producers on this movie, and yes, Zack Snyder is one of them.
Oh, I thought he was 6 of them.
No, 13.
He wrote his name down 6 times. But yeah, no, I did like it. It falls into a little bit of some DC traps in the latter half of the movie.
It falls into superhero traps, I think, and maybe mostly DC getting that. You're right, but I've seen it. The done
sort
before.
of like the drawn out sort of climax, I would say, is kind of reminded me a little bit of BVS. But that's all I'll talk about right now with that. But overall, yeah, real good. 8 out of 10, probably behind Logan for me, and it's about the same level as Guardians for this year as far as superhero movies go, but definitely better than...
Yeah, you know, the farther out I get, I would say it's pretty even with Guardians in my mind this year. Just, they're different style movies, but...
Oh, they're totally different, but yeah.
So it's hard to compare the two. But Logan has been my favorite this year so far, yeah.
So yeah, no, it was good. So cool. I think you should probably see it if you want.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea for them. Just continuing that staying in DC, we'll go through the box office in a second here, but Warner Brothers has gone on record saying they're kind of in a holding pattern for the rest of their planning for their movies until they see how Justice League performs.
Well, they're not going to release a bunch of stuff all at once. They're going to wait longer. If you actually read this,
wasn't Aquaman already started to film?
I did read it.
Yeah, if you actually read it, they said they might slow things down to have more of a pop in some of their movies when they bring them out.
No. They're saying
characters.
This is saying
They're not saying they're going to cancel it. They're
they
saying
literally
movies
said
are coming.
they want to see how the movie performs before they make.
Yeah, when they do their schedule, not just that they're going to just load things up. No. It's still going. There's no way, especially now, that they're going to cancel this universe. It's not happening. Unless this movie does 20 million.
Well, we already know Wonder Woman 2 is happening.
Yes.
Aquaman's starting to film. And Justice League is coming out in November. So it's already 3 movies that aren't out yet that are guaranteed to come out.
But when they come out is going to be the question.
Right.
So they'll have to plan.
I believe if Justice League bombs, they rush Wonder Woman 2.
Maybe.
I don't know about that.
But it's just about scheduling. It's not about canceling things.
Oh, I don't know.
Mike,
I don't know. No, Mike.
When these companies schedule
I do
things,
understand that you have this theory, but that's all I'm going to talk about that.
There's a lot of stuff in production.
When companies put things on hold, that's terrible. They have to schedule things years in advance. So if they're like, yeah, we're going to wait until the end of this year and see how Justice League does before we commit to anything, that means everything is going to get pushed back.
So we are not going to hear.
They don't flip a switch and oh yeah, we're making a movie tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not going to hear about when the Batman is coming out until after Justice League now, which means that's a hold. No, because behind the scenes that shit should be getting planned. It's not. It's on. Everything is kind of on hold until they figure out how performance is.
They're holding off release dates. It's filming.
Holding off decisions.
Marvel has the next 10 years planned out.
Yeah. And they've come on record saying that Phase 4 is already running.
DC put out a schedule too, and that didn't happen.
Well, one of them succeeding in spades, and the other one finally came out with a good movie.
Yeah,
but things changed. Even Marvel's schedule changed. Black Panther got pushed, and Humans isn't happening.
Oh, right.
Got pushed. Things change. So
things change, but they're still making movies
at
a fast pace.
Yes. Both of these companies will be making movies.
But it's the pacing. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but
I agree with you, Tony. So
you need two movies from the same company every year, or else it's too slow, I guess.
If you want to make money,
if you want to be in on this, no.
How oversaturated?
Keep going.
Okay.
We're real happy.
I don't know if it's
$100 million
2 movies is fine. You're gonna get 2 Star Wars movies basically. Not 2, but we're getting Star Wars movies every year. Is that oversaturating?
It will. Yeah, it's not going to be a special. That's why the second one is not going to do as good as the first one. And I guarantee that.
Ooh, guarantee.
Yes, I think I already placed a bet on that.
Mike, you're on.
You think this second movie will outgross?
I'll do it. I'll take the bet. I'll take the
bet
right now.
In worldwide theater run.
Okay, yes. I will take that 100%.
Yes, worldwide, I think this outdoes this. I have a little ace up my sleeve with that, but worldwide, yes.
What are you bringing it to China? You're going to make China care about Star Wars? Is that what you're going to do?
I just said worldwide, and yes, I think they will this time.
Why? Because there's more. It's going to be shown in more theaters worldwide this time. Is that the ace in your sleeve?
No, it's
fine. You know what? We'll limit it to domestic then.
No, I won't make the bet. I'll make it only worldwide. I'll make the bet worldwide.
Why? Well,
because why do you want to? What? No. You made the statement that it will not worldwide gross more than the first, and I said yes, worldwide it will. That's when I came in on this.
Fine. Even with whatever cheating bullshit Jim is going to do, it still will.
I'm not cheating. It's already been done. It's already been done. This movie is coming out already. The movie is finished.
It still will not outgross the first one.
I know that it will worldwide. It will. It'll actually grow.
What markets is it opening in that it won't?
No, it's got more in it, actor-wise, for Asian markets.
China does not give a shit about Star Wars, even if you throw that dude in Rogue One. That was already proven.
We'll see, I guess. All right, we got a bet, guys.
We got a bet. We got a bet. I'll write it down. I bet you.
Somehow we have a Star Wars bet, but
Yeah, somehow this got to Star Wars from DC and Marvel, but whatever.
Because oversaturation is real, and when something is an event that happens,
how is oversaturation real? All these movies are doing bank.
Because now we're super excited about $100 million superhero movie where like 4 years ago that would have been like, whatever.
First of all, I'm not going back on my bet at all, Mike, on this. I'm not going back on my bet, but I'm going to say that if you have a movie that has a budget that's like $250 million and it opens to $100 million, why are we getting angry? Why is that oversaturation? That's fantastic for a movie. Like, yeah, it's not doing $198 million in one weekend, but they don't all have to do that to be successful. Like, why is that the benchmark?
They all have to be Avengers, Jim. They all have to be Avengers.
You should not have to have the market expand, grow. It should just be
but it could maintain a little bit instead of just spreading itself thin.
I'm not saying that I don't want like more superhero movies or I think that it's a bad thing. They are very popular right now, and there are a lot of them. I don't know if that means it's oversaturated right now, but there are a lot. I mean, it's all about superhero movies.
But
sometimes it's nice to watch a movie that's not a superhero movie.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that each of these
seeing
movies...
those articles pop up that says superhero movies are destroying movies. People are getting pissed off. It's happening.
All I'm saying...
The problem though, Mike, is nothing's come out that's going to knock it down yet. Nothing's coming out that's saying this is going to be
what
the
just happened with
thing.
Fast and Furious?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's just an action movie, and no one expected that to do well, and it did real well because, people...
A lot of people expected it to do well, and I think it was disappointing how it didn't do well in the United States.
Same thing, though, because worldwide it did better. And the same thing with... What was the other movie that... like Jurassic World?
Pirates is doing horrible domestically right now. I mean, that was number 3 on our list here, and its drop-off was immense. But worldwide, it's over 500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Very strange.
Yeah, I mean, the worldwide box office is much more important nowadays too. I mean, it's people like the XXX films,
and their presence
happening because of like the overseas market.
And while their presence,
I think that made $300 million worldwide.
Their presence was felt in Star Wars Episode VII. I think it's going to be even greater in Episode VIII because I think it's grown since that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I mean,
that's
the whole...
just spewing out my theories here. I mean, that's why I believe I will win this bet, Mike.
You expect this sequel to break records, but all right.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I don't know why I wouldn't right now. Because you're getting more Mark Hamill, and that's what people want.
Okay, I make a ton of these bets. I do make a ton of these bets, and I lose a lot of these bets. But when I hit, it's so sweet, and I cannot wait when I hit. When I hit this one, I'm gonna just, oh man, Mike, it's gonna be.
It's almost impossible.
It's not almost. It's huge.
Really is.
Oh, it's a big. I'm taking more chance here, but I'm not even gonna say that. You're right.
There is a large portion of fans who are actually disappointed with that first movie. And you hear them a lot. Now, I don't know if they're just a vocal minority or not, but they're there. And there's all the people who came out to movies for the first time in 40 years just because it was an event who aren't really going to care anymore because there's a Star Wars movie all the time now. And that's what I'm saying. You're losing a lot of people.
I think it's going to be the opposite of that, actually, Mike, with this. I think hear me out. The people that were, like you're saying, the fans that came out because of an event, the Star Wars was back in theater, maybe they were disappointed with it. But with this one, I think once they see it, once it comes out, they're gonna go.
How are they gonna see it if they don't go the first time?
No, I'm saying they're gonna go again. They're gonna go back because it's back out. It's Star Wars. It's Episode VIII. It's not a spin-off film. This is a continuation of their story. Mm-hmm. I think they're going because of that, and I don't think that even if they say, oh, that one sucked, those people are still going. I know someone who did not like Force Awakens. He's still going to see Episode VIII.
At the end of the day,
did he see Rogue One?
It's still Star Wars.
Yeah, he thought that Rogue One was fantastic.
Oh yeah, Rogue One. What did Rogue One do compared to Star Wars Episode VIII?
I'm just telling you. You're giving me reasons why it's not going to do well. I'm telling you the facts that I've seen are the opposite of what you're saying. That's all. It's just I don't think people say they're not going. I don't see people not going because they said they didn't like the first one. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the Episode VIII will be out one day early in the UK. So those like me, who is trying to avoid spoilers as much as possible. I mean, it's impossible to get rid of everything in the Star Wars universe off your feed. So I've seen stuff, but luckily we didn't see the trailer. in front of Wonder Woman, so I didn't have to leave the theater or plug my ears. But it is going to be out one day early, so I'll be going social media dark just 2 days before then, just to be safe. So, no Twitter for me those days.
Oh, man.
Anyways, moving on. Let's get back here. Patty Jenkins will be back for Wonder Woman 2. That's official. The director who did a great job. So that's good news. I don't care about the rest of the box office. Let's keep going to the news. Top Gun sequel titled Top Gun Maverick. We just mentioned I think we mentioned a couple podcasts ago, or did it happen right after the podcast?
I think it happened right after the podcast.
Yeah, that they let slip. Not Tom Cruise announced that he's working on a Top Gun sequel. So, Val Kilmer,
other '80s film.
Yeah,
I mean that's the thing. It's like they keep remaking these movies. There was like a Point Break remake.
But this is not a remake. This has got the same people in it.
Sequel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is Val Kilmer said he wants to come back. He's already trying to get back into movie shape. He's got a ways to go. Has anybody seen Val Kilmer recently?
He's slimmed down.
Actually, he's slimmer because he got sick.
Ooh, I don't want to hear that. That's not a good thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think he's better. But yeah, he's just looks different.
Okay. Well, he's working on getting back in shape for that movie, and called Top Gun Maverick. Not shocking, but
reminds me of an Apple product. I'm like, wait, is this my new OS here?
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop got announced today that they're doing a live action TV series.
I think it could work.
Who's doing it?
Yeah, where does it land is kind of
the
Netflix question.
If it was Netflix, I would have no.
Yeah, where is it going to land? But the original people behind it are also involved.
Yeah.
How involved too? Let me go with that. Like, is it like, hey, can we use this? And they'll be like, sure. Then they're involved, Corey.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Is like they are involved, is what they said. So, how involved? Who knows? But as long as they at least they're there. At least that it was mentioned. But we don't know. I just think that it could work because, Firefly is a very similar type of show, and although it didn't, have success on air, it was very successful afterwards because it was a fantastic show. And so if they do something similar, exactly, and plus Fox needs to put them out in order. I mean, that didn't help where it's like, no, we'll put this episode out and then this one out, and then nobody knows what's happening. So, but this show, I mean, I think it could work, and with the technology today, it could work on TV very easily.
Oh yeah, it totally. I mean, you really don't need that much in terms of set pieces. You just have to do primarily the interior of the ship. A lot of the locations they go to are pretty industrialized and wouldn't feel out of place. So.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it matters where it lands. That's really my thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, if it's hitting CW, then you're in trouble.
Oh god. All right. What do we have here? Oh, Daredevil.
It'll be like. I was gonna say, if it's hitting CW, Ed will be like a 18-year-old, like huge-breasted woman or something, so they can have a.
Is that what CW does? I didn't notice.
CW does a lot of they have a bunch of teens in a show, and then they have teen angst.
Just like
they actually
pretty
have
people,
like 30-somethings who have teen angst.
Oh, that you're right. You're right. No, 30-somethings pretending to be teenagers. Really.
I mean,
they're acting like teenagers. How about that? Yeah. Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, all seasons. New seasons from them coming next year. All of them, all 3, on Netflix.
That's crazy.
That's a hell of a year.
Looking forward to 2 of those.
Well, I'm looking forward to a 3rd, hoping that it's recovered. You know what I mean? Because I think the character's good, and I think he does a good job with the character.
So why do you want?
Corey can't look forward to Luke Cage because he never watched it.
Yep. But I'm curious. Why do you want to see it do better? But not care about Iron Fist getting the 2nd season to see if they can redeem it.
Because Luke Cage wasn't as poopy as Iron Fist.
No? I find the character supremely boring.
Like there's a threshold though. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's like
he needs, like you're saying, Jim. He needs to have that. Like let's do the heroes for hire.
The way Luke Cage still interacts with the other characters in his show was much better than how Danny Rand interacted with anybody else outside of the brother.
Luke Cage is from there. Danny Rand is from nowhere. So that's the problem. I mean, like, it kind of made sense.
It seemed like Luke Cage worked a lot better as a character.
Yeah. I don't know.
And maybe Iron Fist would too. I mean, that's the thing is you put those two together, maybe they'll have a better show.
Maybe. And then maybe we get that in season 2.
As far as his attitude goes, you're absolutely right, Tony. His attitude was terrible.
It would be interesting.
He was the opposite of everything that you would think Iron Fist would be.
So
it would be interesting to see them play off each other. It might work.
We'll see how Defenders does. So
yeah,
if he's good in Defenders, I will allow Iron Fist 2 to exist.
I have a major problem with the trailer that they had for the Defenders, where he punches Luke Cage in the face with his Iron Fist, and the whole thing is like, I don't want to use this against people and stuff in the show, and then there he goes, not trying to knock him out.
Oh, you mean Danny Rand like breaking, his personal vows? Nah, that doesn't sound like him at all.
I don't have any personal vows.
Human contact and shit like that. But know what? Next episode.
You know what? I want to become the Iron Fist and defend Kung Lon. Oh, I saw a bird, so I decided to leave.
Man, you are terrible.
Fuck out of here.
Got bored.
You were terrible at kung fu. You should defend your dojo without getting touched. And then next scene gets the shit beat out of him
by jobbers. By jobbers.
All right. I want to end the news with some funny news. I thought this was a little funny article I read about Game of Thrones season 7. I'm not super psyched for this season coming up because they divided it into 2. But I think this is pretty funny that they set in season 7. They now set a record setting for setting the most stuntmen on fire in one sequence.
That is kind of funny.
I thought it was just hilarious. I saw that headline. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You want to see that, but it just sounds hilarious.
So what does that mean? Does that mean dragons?
I'm sure. They said in one battle scene we set more stuntmen on fire than have ever been simultaneously set on fire. So
crazy.
Yeah,
they set a lot of people on fire in the second season, didn't they?
Yeah, they did with the Dragonfire.
The Blackwater.
No, they had the Dragonfire too. Don't forget.
Yeah.
At the end of the last season, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that was not simultaneously on screen. They're talking about on screen simultaneously. Yeah. Stunt coordinator Rowley Irlam also told the magazine that one scene 73 fire burns on 20 separate stuntmen in a single shot is a record for the film for Guinness. They're trying to get into Guinness World Records.
So they did try to get into Guinness.
They're going to try. They haven't actually have an official record yet, but they have to get it reviewed, obviously. So I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny. All right, getting into what we've been up to, I'll kick us off because it's the end of the seasons for these shows, so I haven't watched too much. I still have The 100, which is now season ended,
Netflix.
Right? Yeah. So the season's over, and I'm 3 behind, so I'm not far. But it's
on Netflix now too.
Yeah, so. It makes it easier to watch. I like that. Because your DVR gets so full of different things. Like Supernatural for me, I'm way behind on. I'm going to watch that still.
You're watching Supernatural?
Sure, I'd still watch
Since
that.
when?
Mike, that's become a show. Yeah,
Mike, CW, man, you watched all the CW shows.
Mike, that's become a show for me. Like your Smallville. Like I'm this far, I can't. I'm 12 seasons in.
Yeah, Smallville was only 10, right?
I know. I wanted this to end at 10, but it's still going, so I'm still kind of watching it. It's not been terrible.
Supernatural makes me angry because it pretty much replaced Angel, and it's still going.
It's still going, and it actually got really cool. 2 seasons ago, actually, they seemed to reboot nicely, or 1 season ago, when they kind of got their version of a Batcave. But
I mean, this show has had some really high moments.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool at that point, but and it's been okay this season, but I'm still behind on that. But I've watched. I finished up Shokugeki Food Wars season 2. When do we get season 3? Is that in production, guys? I needed to ask you because I couldn't look it up last night when I finished it, but I'm like
pretty sure.
It's pretty popular.
Okay, thank God. I'm like I want season 3 after the ending of that one. So I definitely want to see his skills. But yeah, so I finished that up, Wonder Woman, and I am 25 minutes from finishing Gotham. So that's where I'm at. Not much else to add to it, really, of worth. So, Mike, go on.
I really just watched Wonder Woman and a lot of sports.
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
Dead season now.
The finals.
Yeah, the finals. Finals and the Yankees were interesting.
Yeah, I don't even watch the Mets right now because they're not. Corey?
Just the usual stuff I've been watching these past few weeks. Person of interest, Attack on Titan and My Hero Academia. Nothing new, really. I haven't been able to get out to a movie in a while, so
yeah,
hopefully soon.
I'm going to be moving to My Hero tonight. Going back to season 2 on that one. So, Tony, did you get any more of that stuff watched or no?
I'm caught up with My Hero.
Oh, okay, you were. That's right. Last week you were. And
I watched the episode on Saturday.
No, I'm sorry. I did not catch the most recent episode. The fight. I hear it's awesome. I know what happened, so you know.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'll get to it.
That's why I purposely don't want to go forward, even though I did that with Attack on Titan and stuff. But I was like, because it does kind of like diminish it a little bit for me.
I noticed it did that for me in Naruto. Especially when it dragged when it came back. I never got. I haven't seen it since. I've probably watched the episode with Sakura against the puppet guy. I don't know how many times.
Dude,
that's where I was.
So
that's
so long.
I know, and that's where I couldn't get past. I was like, I can't do this. But I read past that part. I read all the way up to where and
that's fine.
A major person dies. But
that's how you should do it. But I mean, that's with a long serialized adaptation. You don't have to worry about that with My Hero Academia.
Yeah. It's true. There's not as many volumes and stuff, and plus, I think overall,
I think we'll get there though, unfortunately, because it's really popular, and they're not that far behind the source material.
I was gonna say, like, overall, I feel like the source material themselves have gotten faster at producing their own, like getting those things out, or maybe they go at the same pace. I don't know, or I feel like. Maybe it's just the way that they're releasing the anime. Like, they go on longer breaks, like Attack on Titan and...
Well, so the thing is, I mean, Attack on Titan Season 1 was not expected to do as well as it did. I mean, the manga had been out for years and did okay, but the anime just kind of was a flash in the pan success. Okay. I mean, you saw the budget for that thing. There were so many parts where it was just still animation.
Yeah.
And voices. Yeah, exactly.
And
then reusing animation in different places.
Right. And the reason it took so long, again, going back to early in the conversation, they were not prepared for it to have done well, so they were caught with their pants down, and that's why it took so long for them to produce Season 2, because they're like, oh, shit.
Plus, they put a lot more. Like, it looks a lot better.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. But we'll see. My Hero Academia. We might get to... we'll get the filler, I think.
I think we're gonna have to.
Absolutely, yeah. But the thing is, if they do it right, I wouldn't mind it because there's so many colorful characters and heroes in that.
I mean, and there's opportunity there where they can go on their own storyline for a bit and come back to the mainline story without doing a Brotherhood and not Brotherhood.
Base
Full Metal. Yeah, exactly. You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, let's just make up our own thing and we'll just Game of Thrones it right now. It's basically what's happening.
Exactly. Nazi Germany. Ooh, what's up?
All right. So we're good, right? Covered everything? Yeah, I think so. Yep. All right, that's going to wrap up the Moviecast, listeners and viewers. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us podcast at allycangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter, allycangeek, for any questions or comments you have. Please write them in. We'll read them on the air. Let us know how you're feeling for the summer movies. Some big ones still coming out. Transformers still coming out. I'm gonna go see that one Wednesday.
I'm really excited. I want to see Baby Driver.
What the fuck is Baby Driver?
I have no idea.
It's probably gonna be a pretty big movie.
Cool.
It's Kevin Spacey, some kid. Who else is in it? Just lots of.
The Punisher, I think's in it.
Yeah,
John Hamm.
So. There's a lot of people in that.
Oh. All right.
It's Edgar Wright, though, and I do like his movies.
Cool. Yeah, his stuff's been good.
The trailer looks pretty cool, so I'd recommend the trailer.
I'll check it out, because I haven't seen that yet. So, all right. I want to see Valerian. I do.
Yeah, that's
could be interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah. Looks like Fifth Element.
I mean, they're trying to capture the, Fifth Element
Yeah,
magic.
It looks like Fifth Element, so hopefully they do. Coming up next, folks, is our E3 predictions. We're going to have them on the Gamescast, so tune into that if you haven't yet. Or if you already have, then thanks for listening. Tune in.